I have your attention for 1 hour or 2 hours. In these 2 hours, I need to change something. I need to move your soul. I need to move your mind. I need to move your body to like, look this, and
Yeah.
touch you and give you a seed to idea. It's not about, I don't change your life, but maybe I change a little bit. That told me one really good and hard things to understand, because it's like, look the animals, look his face, look into his eyes. Look into his eyes in the rat, or look into his eyes on the rabbit, on the dog, or the monkey. Look. And I remember when I began to understand all his commitment and all his compromise to do this project, and began to understand the footage in different way. The idea is to try to convince the audience to look and follow the character inside the bunker and look the animals in his eyes. I don't need the worst things, because the people began to imagine what is the worst. And this is the game with the audience. You see this, and this is not the worst, only to think about what is the worst and began to understand what happened.
And Carlota is now, she's in the witness protection program, or you of course, you don't see her real face. An actress plays her, who does an amazing job, by the way, the actress in the movie. She's really, really good, because compliments to her, but she's really good. What is Carlota's life like?
Well, Carlota right now is happy too, because we released the movie around the world, and a lot of people began to understand. Thousands of people began to understand his compromise. A million of people began to see the story. The reality right now, his life is really, really private. And I know it's really tough, because don't live in a big city, but she paid the price of this compromise. It's tough. And always, when I talk with her, I say, if I am in your position, I never stay this 18 months. The consequence is really, really complicated. Not only his life, in the rest of his life, because she lived everything what happened in the bunker, and it's complicated.
Yeah, it's quite, even when you look at the documentary, like it's difficult to imagine her life, because you give a timeline. You say day 1, day 100, So for us, we watch 1.5 hours, but I can't even. I think people say that also to her, and you also say that to her. But I can't even imagine 544 days going into a place like this, and coming out still sane, or still. It's the activism part, I guess, in her, the drive to help animals.
It's about compromise. I talk a lot with Carlota, a lot of activists around the world. It's about compromise.
Yeah.
You accept the compromise, and this will have a really high cost. Maybe not about problems or throats or something like that. It's more about mental thing, because you need to control life. You need to have you need to have a really big control of your mind to don't lose, because always imagine the things and the recording of Carlota do. I remember I have a specific footage recording in my mind. Imagine Carlota live, and this is a high cost.
Yeah, it is. It's like the sacrifice she has made to show this. Yeah, it's incredible that a person. It's absolutely incredible that a person does this, and and still wants to continue doing this. That makes it even more incredible.
Obviously, you. I think Carlota, Carlota never stopped, never stopped. I never. All the activities I know is the way of life. It's not about. It's not a moda. It's not a fashion. I'm an activist here. And I say no. This is about compromise, and you have a really clear compromise to do something. You do it. Maybe you need to spend 1 month or 10 years, but you do it.
You have there's a highlight in the movie which I so much enjoyed, that is about Dog 32 that becomes Chess.
Yeah.
Did you meet the dog?
Yeah, I love her. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy because I remember the first time when I met Chess outside the bunker, and I remember he began to ooh, like as a beagle, no? And it's crazy because recognize I have a beer and glasses, and maybe don't have a really good relationship with men, but right now is really happy. He's happy, really happy. Yeah, it's crazy when only the idea of animal the first moment as a puppy touch the grass, smell the air, and just running in a park. A lot
But
of people is try to understand to don't normalize the violence.
but that storyline in there, it's well, that how that happened, that she fell in love with one dog and she then gets the opportunity to save him. That's absolutely, for her, that must have been, I can't even imagine how happy she must have been in that moment.
Yeah, but the chance to do this is minimal. The idea is this don't happen, and it's really complicated adopted for animal labs. Really complicated.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the possibility to adopt everyone when the animal is really old, and this is happen like a magical moment in the infiltration. And I feel that, and I talk with Carlota, and Carlota have his own point of view. But I remember when see the video when she need to say goodbye to Chess. In this moment is the number 32, and I remember the first time when I see this video, and I put this video as for all the team, like this is the idea of the film.
Well, you've seen a lot more footage. What is something that really stood by you? What is something you still think about from what you've seen?
About what thinking about the worst,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't believe me. I don't understand the violence. This type of violence. This because I talk a lot with Carlota about this. This is not about one lab. This is about industry. This is about lobby. It's a really global thing.
Yeah.
And it's when you see and you work with violence every single day, you begin to normalize the violence. You begin to understand the violence like a drink of water, and this is a problem
Yeah.
because began to destroy you and don't understand about any person don't stop and think and see the face of a rabbit or a dog and say what I do, because it's a mechanical thing. It's a
Yeah.
mechanical thing. It's about violence per violence, blood by blood, and this is the model to change.
That's also what happens in people who work in slaughterhouse and stuff. They become, the animals become things, and I can imagine if you work in a laboratory, um, that people lose sight of that they're animals. You used actors in the movie, so it's some parts you see Carlota very blurred, and the rest are all actors. From what you've seen the footage, the people who work there. So Carlota is she enters and she comes with a whole different mindset, of course. But are the types of people who work in these kind of places? You describe Rebecca in the movie that was a manager, and she had no feelings towards animals at all. That's how Carlota describes her. But is it a type of person that works in these kind of places?
Thing is, Carlota always remember me to the boss telling, if you want to be a really good technician, you don't have need to have feelings about with animals. This type of industry they eliminate as a human.
Yeah.
You begin to be a really mechanical thing.
Yeah.
But because I always try to be positive in the point of view about somebody, only one person, and this is obviously because in a lot of different situations in different labs when coming to I don't know beta or different videos is because it's workers. It's not about infiltration. It's about workers. And this when some workers stop, look the animal and began to think about what really do. This is
Yeah.
the idea because you empathize, you see the animal, you begin to understand, you begin to feel his pain, feel the blood, listen the screams, and this is the moment to change. But always is like I began to teach you every single day. You don't be human. Don't be human. If you don't you be human, you are a good technician.
It's a really interesting point because you also see that back in the movie. You basically the industry, so people who work in these kind of laboratories where they have to test on animals, demands of you to have no empathy. Because at one point, also Carlota has feelings for a dog, and she says, "I think I'm being tested," because then she has to kill 40 dogs. It's quite scary if you think about it. What this does to humans, how they basically force humans to become some kind of way to be able to work there.
Well, you imagine when Carlota need to kill his puppies, he confirmed the maybe the more darkness thing in his life
Yeah.
because she understand what exactly do. But when you don't understand what exactly you do, you make a mechanical thing. But nobody understand maybe in this because this is about mechanical thing. And you begin the idea of the bunker is really complex and dense and in these type of rooms you don't think and you begin to eliminate and cut a lot of things about feelings, empathy, eliminate about feelings as a human. If you eliminate this, you eliminate any type of idea to see the sensibility of the pain in the animals. And but this is not about any specific technician. This is an industry.
Yeah, it's you described it really well. It's the industry where you have cold rooms, everything is very cold around so you can't even see, like, there's no grass for animals, so you don't used to just see an animal in a cage, so you as a technician become used to this image of this very it's very calculated how you want people to behave in those kind of places, so you have to make everything around you as like the bunker, like you said, what you called it.
Create animals to die, to don't see the sun, to don't touch the grass. Is the idea is really is terrible. The idea to create animal to kill in the name of science a problem.
It's quite shocking that this industry still exists, and it's like Carlota also says, it's a $1 billion industry, right? But testing on animals, there's absolutely no need. We've interviewed so many researchers over the years. There's absolutely no need anymore. It's just about governments need to be willing to invest in other alternatives.
If the political people, the people have the power to change the law and change the things, really want. But for the people, this type of people change in the first level, the social, the audience, the global people, the normal people need to change because for change need to understand the reality.
You have in a movie, you give the example of in Germany, there was also footage of a lab, and that laboratory closed, shut down. Why do you think Spain didn't shut down Vivotecnia with this kind of footage coming out?
Why here don't happen? I don't know. A lot of people thinking always this is Spain because Spain is different. It's different always in maybe in the good way or the bad way, But it's a little bit tough to understand because I don't have the right answer. Because maybe it's about legal thing, administration thing, it's about political things, it's about a lot of things to don't
Yeah.
close the lab. I remember when the Guardian put the image and coming here for the journalists and all the social media and the media, go for political in the Congreso de los Diputados in Spain and the political talk, but nothing happened.
No. But then at the
Nothing
same
happened.
time, I live in the Netherlands and we have sometimes footage coming here from pig farms, from cow farms, horrible footage, and they get a fine or they get, something small, and they still, it's governments who don't want to.
Government and the industry have a lot of power, and this is a reality. Maybe change the things because some people want to change the things, but this is a global idea to change. It's not about because the activist one or the audience one. This is a lot of learning to change the problem.
Yeah.
But for the first thing, you need to recognize the problem, and this is maybe sometimes the problem.
Have you gotten a response from Vivotecnia? Did they say anything? Nothing.
No. I have a couple of callings about throw me about I know where you live, blah blah blah. But no,
You get seriously?
yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, and test me or fake profiles in social media too.
To intimidate you.
Yeah, but this is normal.
And you also you show in the movie also Camp Beagle. The activists there do really great work.
I love Camp Beagle. I love Camp Beagle because it's a recognition. It was to recognize about few people sleep, stay, fight against this farm of dogs every single day. I remember the first time when I come from and I stay there, I listen the scream of the puppies. Stop because I see them move. I see the footage before. I understand all the process. What happened for these puppies? This puppy right now died in 6 months, and accept and recognize obviously hurt you. Obviously, because you accept. Sometimes it's more difficult to accept with the reality.
Yeah.
But you need confront. I mean, this is the idea. Don't look to another place. Look, confront. Look, this is the problem. Try to resolve.
Yeah, and you do a great job with also the movie confronting people, a bigger audience, showing this to.
Well, me, a lot of people. I have a really incredible team too. It's not about me. I have a really good staff. Nice. Because it's like more than 100 people working in the last 3 years, and this is all about me. I follow Carlota, and I stay with Carlota, and I work a lot. But there's a lot of people work a lot of hours, and I be grateful because I have a really good team.
That's really
the
good.
Movies is crazy because the people always think, no, the movie is the director. No, it's about them. It's about the
no, it's, yeah, of course. I know.
I'm normal.
No, I didn't think you did it all by yourself. Like I know you have a.
No. There's a lot of people.
Last question: you made Mama, which was about chimpanzees, baby chimpanzees, and about a woman who takes care of them. You've now made an Undercover inside the bunker. What are there future projects coming out with animals?
I have one in talk about hunting with greyhounds. Because touch me dearly because one greyhound adopted me. And the greyhounds is one of the more beautiful animals I never met. I don't know if I make a documentary, a future films, and animation. I don't know, but I really want to do it. I have a script right now. I hope. When you make a movie, you need to accept you spend 7 years, 6 years to do it, and maybe in 6 years you and me talk again.
Forget about the greyhounds. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.